Good morning, everyone. I'm Laurel Anders, the Deputy Executive Director for the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission. Thank you all for joining us here this morning at Fort Hunter Access along the beautiful Susquehanna River, a wonderful fishing and boating destination and a very fitting backdrop for the very important message we're here to share today. I'd like to recognize some familiar faces and special guests joining us today before we get into our key message. State Senator Patty Kim from right here in the 15th District in Dauphin County. BJ Small is our Fish and Boat Commission's District 6 Commissioner here in South Central Pennsylvania. Mark Sweppenheiser is our Director of Boating for the Fish and Boat Commission. And Caleb Kramer is one of our Waterways Conservation Officers in the South Central region. The reason we're all here today is to celebrate National Safe Boating Week, which begins this Saturday, May 17th, and runs through May 23rd. While boating can be enjoyed year-round in most parts of Pennsylvania, the upcoming Memorial Day holiday is the unofficial kickoff to the busy summer boating season. We love to see everybody on the water having a great time with their family and friends around the holiday, and we also want everyone to remain safe and make smart decisions on the water. Today we'll review a safe boating checklist that everyone can use when they head out into the water this season. I'll begin with the number one thing you can do: wear your life jacket. Law requires that you have a life jacket on board for every person on your boat. Life jackets must be U.S. Coast Guard approved and in good condition, and they must fit the person that they're intended for. If you have children on board your boat, make sure you have a life jacket that fits properly. It fits snugly on each child. Children ages 12 and under must always wear a life jacket on board a boat less than 16 feet in length and all canoes, kayaks, and paddle boards. Regardless of age, we strongly recommend that everyone always wear a life jacket while boating. Unfortunately, each year, people lose their lives while boating, and it could have been prevented. Nationwide each year, approximately 80% of victims who die in boating accidents were not wearing a life jacket. Ask yourself if you'd be willing to take that chance, or allow your friends or loved ones to take that chance when heading out boating this summer. Please always wear your life jacket. Now I'd like to turn things over to Waterways Conservation Officer Caleb Kramer.
Thank you, Laurel. Good morning, everybody. From fishermen on bass boats, kayakers enjoying a paddle, pontoon boat operators, jet skis, and powerboard boats pulling wakeboard, we all share the water. That includes me. As a Waterways Conservation Officer, I don't head out every day with the goal in mind to ruin people's fun. But it is my responsibility to make sure everybody's safe. Please never boat under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Simply put, impaired boating increases the chance of an accident. Just like operating a motor vehicle on a roadway, in Pennsylvania, a person operating a boat is over the legal limit if he or she's blood alcohol concentration is 0.08% or higher. Alcohol affects balance, coordination, and judgment. BUI penalties include loss of boating privileges, increased fines, and imprisonment. Please, if you plan to drink this Memorial Day weekend, throughout the summer, or any time while you're boating out on the water, always choose a designated boat operator to get you home safely. Officers like myself will be patrolling the waters throughout the year to ensure that there's no impaired boaters. Now I'd like to welcome Mark Sweppenheiser, Director of Fish and Boat Commission's Bureau of Boating, for the next step in our safe boating checklist.
Thank you, Officer Kramer. One of the great things about boating in Pennsylvania is discovering new waters and new friends to enjoy them with. Here in Harrisburg and across the state, there has been an explosion of growth in boating, especially those paddling on canoes, kayaks, and stand-up paddleboards. While we welcome the growth, we do recognize many first-time boaters will be venturing out onto the water with very little or no knowledge of the water they will be navigating. Even experienced boaters can run into trouble if they don't plan ahead before trying out a new river, lake, or stream for the very first time. That is why the next step of our safety checklist is to have a float plan. Send a text, write a note, let somebody know where you're planning to boat and when you expect to return. Plans change, when you're out having fun, but keeping someone aware of your location throughout the day can ensure help arrives quickly if you experience a mechanical problem or medical emergency while on the water. Carry a dry bag. Keep all your cell phones and other valuables in it while boating. Map out where you'll be putting in and taking out, and be aware of any dams along the water trail. Pay attention to posted warning signs along the way. For those of you who are new to boating, we recommend starting on a non-moving body of water, such as a lake, to build confidence in your skills before venturing out onto moving water. As always, no matter how excited you are to go boating on a particular day, if you arrive to find water conditions that are beyond your experience level, wait to go boating another time. For more on that, I'd like to welcome State Senator Patty Kim.
Thank you, Mark. As we know, here in Pennsylvania, blue skies and sunshine can turn into nasty weather very quickly. That's why the next step on our boating safety checklist is always check the weather forecast before and during each boating trip. A fast-moving thunderstorm can cause water levels to rise quickly and become dangerous. High water conditions can affect visibility and hide submerged obstacles such as logs and rocks that could cause you to capsize. Continue to check the forecast during the boating trip. Scout out our locations along your water trail in advance where you can get your boat out of the water and find refuge from severe weather if needed. If you're traveling outside of your local area to go boating, be sure to check the weather for your destination too so you aren't surprised when you get there. Remember, it's easy to lose track of time when you're having fun, so build extra time into your plans so you don't find yourself scrambling to get off the water before dark. Now I'd like to welcome BJ Small, Fish and Boat District 6 Commissioner, for the final step on our checklist. BJ.
Thank you, Senator Kim. And as we leave here today, I'd like to encourage all our boaters and aspiring boaters to take a basic boating safety education course. Not only does it teach you the rules of the water and make it a safer time on the water, getting that boating safety certificate now is easier than ever before. And you can visit our website, fishandboat.com, to get that done online. Just last year, we announced the offering of a new low-cost online course in partnership with the Boat US Foundation. Your boating safety certificate is good for your lifetime and provides conveniences like the ability to operate watercraft in other states and simplify the boat rental process when you're on vacation. And while you're at fishandboat.com, you can also buy your fishing license, launch permits, and boat registration renewals. You can also find great places to fish and boat throughout the Commonwealth. Lastly, we want to make sure to wish everybody a safe and fun Memorial Holiday weekend and remind you that Sunday, May the 25th, is a Fish for Free day in Pennsylvania. That means no licenses are required, but seasons, sizes, and creel limits still apply, as do the safety tips that we're passing on to you today. A second Fish for Free day will be held on Friday, July the 4th.